Okay, what's up you guys? Gabriel right here representing the movement towards improvement we're always doing out here. I figured I'd just kind of share some stuff that I used to like to do when working on short game. To me, short game was the most enjoyable part of golf for myself. I used to love to come out late in the afternoons, kind of just practice lots of different shots. So anyways, I kind of just want to run through some setup stuff with you guys because I think, like Conrad said, and to add what he was talking about, is experimentation. Like, the swing is yours, short game is yours. Do you think out of the 150 PGA Tour players, the best players in the world, do you think they all have the same short game grip? Do you think they all have the same lofts? Do you think they all have the same bounces? Do you think they have all the same paths? They're always going to be a little bit different on perhaps all of those variations. So for me, that's the beautiful thing about golf, is I get to come out here, practice, and see what works for me. So what I would like to do, is like Conrad alluded to, is like just setting up different is going to influence how you actually hit the shot in your swing. So for instance, Conrad, like for a lower lofted shot, say I have a 60-degree here. Watch, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit a real low shot to that middle pin. That's probably about 40 yards or so, 35. Pretty far shot for a 60-degree. And watch how low I'm gonna hit this thing. Okay, barely got past the height of the first pin, and a little short, 10 feet short. Now I'm gonna go to this front pin right here. Okay, a little long, but as you can see, sat down. Basically, all I'm trying to portray is that I have a 60-degree here, but I can play this in two opposite different ways that mainly stems from just differentiating my setup. So for instance, if you could come over here, Conrad. Setup. Okay, if I want to hit a low shot, things you can experiment with are going to be stance. For a low shot, I usually want my feet a little closer together. Okay, lower shot, I want a little bit more weight on my left side of my foot. It's going to help get the angle of attack down, get the loft down. Okay, hands are going to be more ahead. And like Conrad said in the bunker, when you want to add loft, you cup this left wrist. So if I want to de-loft it, then I'll actually flatten it out. So now this left wrist is pretty flat, weights forwards, feet are closer together, and I might even kind of tense up my grip just a little bit and not allow this club to pass. And once again, these are all variations. Your feet might be here, mine might be here, you might have 90% on your front foot, I might have 70, but these are kind of basic general rules that you can go along with to hit a lower shot. I might even have my chest a little bit more forward, and I get a low spinner there. So good, I went real far, good contact. So now let's say if I want to do the opposite of that. Now instead of the handle being forward, it's going to be back. Okay, I'm going to flare out this left foot. For me, I like to do that, open me up, I swing a little more left. The handle's going to be lower, right? With that lower shot, the handle was higher. So now the handle's going to be lower for this shot. Okay, now I'm going to put a little more cup in this left wrist to get a little bit more loft. I even weaken the right hand grip. Okay, I'm not going to, for me personally, do a lot of wrist hinge because I don't want a lot of wrist hinge at the bottom. So for me, I like to kind of keep it very wide. I want the club to be very far away, where if I do a lot of, you know, wrist hinge, I can grab the club. That's something I learned from Andy. This is just me. You can easily hit this flop with a lot of wrist hinge, but that's not something I like to do for myself for my own consistency. So once again, handle lower, handle back, strengthen the left, weaken the right, keep a lot of width, and so
nice shot.
What I would like to do, what I used to do when I came out here, is just experiment. Do all of them. Do real low shots. Do a medium shot. This would be a medium one for me. And do a super high one. Just start to get the feel of like weight distribution. Maybe you like a lot of weight forward on these flops. Maybe you like a lot of weight back. You can do both, you guys. So once again, the golf game is personal. The golf game is subjective. You put Hank Haney, Sean Foley, Butch Harmon, David Ledbetter all in a room, and guess what? They're all going to give you a different interpretation on the swing, the game, everything. The 5 best coaches. So once again, one of my mentors, or somebody I like to watch and listen to, is Bruce Lee. He's like, I don't believe in systems. I don't believe in a crystallization of a one way, of indoctrination, of dogma. And this is the beautiful thing about the life in the game of golf, is you get to make it your own. You get to make it your it needs to be a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? Are you more mechanical, or are you more flowy, free, and watery, and learning to balance those two out? So that's all I want to portray to you guys. Keep practicing, keep experimenting, and finding out what works for you. And then when you have that, and you know that within yourself, no one can take that from you. You won't allow it, because you know deep down, under pressure, this is what's going to work, and it's something you created, and it's in your own body. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Continue to strive on. I'll talk to you later.